This video presents historical context and theories based on the quotes from real public figures. The views expressed do not represent those of the video's producers or narrator. It is intended for informative purposes and not to offend the glam of Hollywood. Is not just as smooth as it has been portrayed in the public. There are countless unsolved, dark, mysterious stories of the people in Hollywood that are to this day moved from the days when artists were blackmailed by notorious gangs to the days virtual acts became so popular that it affected their sanity. There is very little known about this industry. Why? Because those who try to open up about the dark incidents that happen in Hollywood often see a tragic ending to be a member of the Illuminati, or a member of the elite society, or whatever you would think that I would be, that they would come at me. And I think they did. I've had my mom had me on some "oh, you should do this" type. And I was like, wow, what? Despite the danger that could come with exposing Hollywood, Coolio was one rapper that did not fear the consequences, going on to expose some shady rumors about this industry. Even though Coolio emerged in the same Los Angeles neighborhood in the late 1980s as the aggressive hip-hop acts Dr. Eazy-E, Ice Cube, as well as the rest of the NWA crew, his subject matter and demeanor were rather light. His hit songs from the 90s were considered the soft beats in the rap industry. I have an original flow with my rhymes. I don't sound like anybody here. I take my time. And you know I like music. It was a formula that served Coolio well in the late 90s, as his first two albums sold millions of copies worldwide. But after 5 years in the spotlight, he fell out of favor as other hip-hop artists came into the mainstream. And for the next 3 decades, he was perhaps better known for his chirpy work in reality TV game shows and film. What's up, everybody? This is the one and only Coolio with the flow, aka El Cool Magnifico. But then many conspiracy theories started to boil when everybody saw a worldwide famous rapper just doing game shows. Nobody expected the ultra-famous drop Gangster Paradise, which was a perfect example of a blend of a gangster's brutal life with a melodic, lighthearted side of rap. To end up like that, I was pretty excited about it, to tell you the truth. When I let the record company hear it, their exact words were, "Oh yeah, it's a good album, cut it, swear to God." They say that they will deny that right now. To start with, Coolio's life was rough from the very start. He used to live with his mother when he was 5, when she broke up with her husband. That was until she started drinking, neglecting her son. Due to his mother's negligence, Coolio started running with the neighborhood gangs, even bringing weapons to school, for a while, until I got to junior high school. And then I started fighting back. When I started fighting back, and then they stopped bullying me. During his time with gangs, he became addicted to drugs. And closer to adulthood, he was also jailed. The reason was unclear, as there are many theories behind this. Some sources say that he was wrongfully jailed due to an identity clash. And some say that he had charges of theft. Whatever the reason, he was sent to jail for 10 months. And this is how he felt about his addiction. I'm not going to say that I'm glad I went through that. But I'm glad I had that. God gave me the strength to overcome that. However, this was the last time he was involved in such stuff. After this incident, he moved to California, and that's where his rap career started. Soon, he got all the fame he deserved and dropped his mega hit song album. I think it's the spirituality. The song gives you a feeling of maybe sadness for some people. While working with Hollywood's elites during that period of time, many things were revealed to him, and his recklessness helped him to tell the truth to the world. During one interview, he revealed everything. According to him, when he used to be famous in the industry, he was never approached directly. Instead, some people were sent to him for the message they wanted to give. Come at me. And I think they did it sideways, though nobody never got at me directly and said, "We want you to join us." This statement was directed toward the Illuminati. It was quite fishy for him that the elites never contacted him by themselves. Instead, they sent shady people who would force him to do inappropriate things to get even a single song done. Come at me on some weirdos, like on some gay. I've had my come at me On some "Oh, you should do this," the acts they asked him to do were so inhumane that he became very shocked knowing that this is what it takes to make a position in Hollywood inhuman. That's where he decided to reject them. He thought that rejecting them would be good for him in the industry too. But this decision proved to be even more bad for him. The elites of Hollywood supposedly tried their best to cancel him. And did every wrong thing to him, got a happening to me, went to jail music, got convicted, well, not necessarily convicted. But because I didn't do no time, no real time allegedly, they did so much wrong to Coolio that he was sent to jail on a false charge. He was arrested at Los Angeles airport for the possession of substances. Coolio did not even know that there was a pipe and other substances in his bag according to him. He never ever tried to put the substances in his luggage in his life. I never did that. I'm not an idiot. When the first thing I said, when they pulled that pipe out that bag, I said, "That's not mine." When Coolio said this to the police, they responded that they would check. And they checked exactly the bag in which the things were put, as if they knew that this was the suspicious bag inside my bag with all my wires, my Xbox, that the bag that they're gonna open and search those possessions were not clearly Coolio's, because according to him, he was not so stupid that he would keep the substances among his other normal things anyways. The police at the airport did not believe him. Coolio even requested a DNA test to prove that those substance bags were not his. And this is what they said: "If it's mine, then my DNA will be on it." Right? Yeah, you're right. But we don't do that. When Coolio saw that they were not listening to him, he decided to pay for the DNA test himself, because all he wanted was to clear his name for the false accusation on the basis of which he was being examined at the airport. I said, "Okay, well, then let me pay to have it tested, just so I can clear my name, and might know that I am not that dumb." But this also did not work out for him, and consequently he was arrested for the possession of substance and gun possession. Coolio was supposed to pay for 3 years in jail probation. However, as part of the negotiated plea deal that kept him out of jail, he was also required to complete community service for a period of 45 days, despite the fact that his reputation was torn. Well, something happened. Whether it's true is not true. Once it's been said for most people, it's true. Later during the trials, it was proved that Coolio was not involved in the possession of any weapon possession. This is what he said during his interview: "It was a misunderstanding. I do not condone the use of firearms, legal or illegal, thanks to the Corps and the attorneys handling this for me, so I can still do the work that I do." But for the substance possession case, he was sentenced to 10 months in jail with drug rehabilitation. And this was all done to him because he rejected the elites of Hollywood. This was just one incident that he revealed, and he wanted to tell more about this industry. But he was afraid that they would do harm to him. Coolio knew that they were ultra powerful. It's the last I know that I want to tell people. It's not things that I want to teach. But I'm afraid. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm scared. Because I got 4 grandchildren in the interview in which he was revealing the truth. He seemed to be so scared that they might harm his family. He decided to keep mum about the things he knows out of fear. But there were certainly some inappropriate activities that were going on during those days, which were also used to manipulate artists. People are telling their truth. I'm crazy. I seen some crazy, bro. I seen some wow. I've seen some that made me go, what the now? As soon as he disclosed everything that happened to him during his time in Hollywood, he started to receive death threats, and ultimately after some time he was found dead. But before his death, this is what he said, and you sit there argue them down about how it's not true. I'm cool on that drill. Because you know, it is worth noticing here that right after this video was released, Coolio was found dead in a bathroom. Before his death, he came to his friend's home for a hangout and went to use the bathroom, but never came out of it alive. And when his friends went to check on him, they found him dead on the floor. The medics determined that he had suffered a severe heart attack. Grammy Award-winning U.S. rapper Coolio has died in Los Angeles. The legendary entertainer, whose real name is artist Leon Ivy Jr., was 59 years old. Since then, a whole series of recent interviews with Coolio has surfaced in which he claims that he is going to expose the music industry, that he saw things that would get him killed, and that he was about to wake up black people and make them understand what their true origins are. I think you're one of the most important black men in America, Brone. Now we know that any time a celebrity dies, conspiracy theorists are going to say that it was the work of a secret government cable, or the Illuminati, or the royal family. They're going to connect numbers and initials and dates and album cover imagery to reach conclusions that they claim to.